So, first of all, in speaking about Lady Gaga and her being a witch or practicing witchcraft, first of all, I want to say to all her fans, I am a fan of Lady Gaga too. I like her. There's some of the songs that I've enjoyed as well in the past. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm just saying she probably practices witchcraft. And there are some pieces of evidence I want to present to you today. First of all, Abracadabra, the music video that came out. And again, I want to make sure you guys understand every single piece of this, and I'm going to break it down so there's no questions asked, okay? Let's first talk about the word abracadabra. Abracadabra is a magic word historically used in an apotrophaic incantation on amulets and common today in stage magic. Now, this is important because these incantations, if you guys don't know what that is, an incantation is a spell, a charm, or an enchantment for bewitchery, okay? A little bit of witchcraft, baby, right? That's what we're talking about. Abracadabra is of unknown origin, and it's first attested in a 2nd century work of Cyrenius Sammonicus related to a cure for fever. So, it is said that this word actually was a way to heal people. It was like a magic word that allowed people to get healed. From the 2nd century work of this guy, it looked like he was using it for some type of medical purpose. Okay, but overall, there are other people who believe that this word came from other cultures, like Aramaic, for example. There are some that believe this phrase is from Aramaic or originates from this, and in other words, is I create like the word. Okay. However, no documentation has been found to support any of the various conjectures, meaning we really don't know where it came from, but we know that the word is used and has been used in magic. Let's look at Lady Gaga and understand what it is that she's doing. First of all, this music video looked insane. As you can see from some of these clips, you can tell that her outfits they look demonic, right? They look occultish. They look like she definitely, this one in particular, looks like she's dripping in blood, right? It's artistic expression. You can say whatever you want to say, but it looks crazy. But this outfit is not the one we're focused on today. The one we're actually focused on today is this white outfit that she has on right here. Now, this outfit, when I first saw this music video, I was tripping out just a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. Because, I do lots of research. I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's what we do, right? Do I need to throw this on so you guys know what's going on here, right? I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I'm always doing research. I'm always looking up stuff. And when I saw this outfit, I started to trip out because I said to myself, whoa, that looks really familiar. And I realized what was going on. The lyrics were one thing, right? So let's look at the lyrics real quick. Just real quick. Lady Gaga, Abracadabra lyrics. She says abracadabra a whole bunch of times. Abracadabra, abracadabra. Pay the toll to the angels, drawing circles in the clouds. Keep your mind on the distance when the devil turns around. Obviously, this is central to Christianity, devil, angels. We know where we're going with this. But it goes even deeper. Hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight. Save me from this empty fight in the game of life. Literally right there in the lyrics. In the magic of the dark moonlight. Everybody knows that moonlight, especially full moons, are used in magical incantations. Magic is most powerful during certain phases of the moon, and a full moon actually increases the power of all magic. Okay? You can look this up for yourself. Talk to somebody who's in the occult. Talk to somebody who does magic. All of this is true. Okay? Witchcraft, voodoo, all that stuff. Everybody knows that the moonlight in certain phases, specifically in a full moon, it actually helps and empowers magic, spells, incantations. So we're already realizing what she's saying. We're here. We're here. Like a poem said by a lady in red, you hear the last few words of your life. With a haunting dance, now you're both in a trance. It's time to cast your spell on the night. Guys, and I say this all the time. People really sit around and this channel's called Song Theory and I make this stuff. People think I'm just being crazy. I'm not. She says it right there in the lyrics. It's time to cast your spell tonight. You know, when I tell people Lady Gaga is probably a witch, I always get the same response. Like, you're crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you say that? You must hate music or art. No. What I hate is when people don't understand what the artist is doing. That's what I hate. Okay? It's like Banksy, right? Banksy, his art and the way he does his pictures. The destruction of his art is part of the art. Okay? A lot of you do not realize that the music being a spell itself, or the artist creating a spell within the music, is part of the art. The witchcraft is part of the art. Jeez. I mean, I wish people would understand this, but it's okay. It's okay. You're watching this, so maybe you understand it, okay? She is quite clearly casting a spell in this song. Abracadabra, abracadabra, amor unana, abracadabra, morta ugaga. All this sounds like gibberish. It isn't. These are actual words. And she says right here, in her tongue, she said, death or love tonight. All of this entire song is a massive spell. But again, let's go back to her outfit, okay? So this outfit connects directly to the abracadabra theme. The abracadabra theme, okay? Why is this? When I looked up the abracadabra spell, I also looked up the talisman that I read about earlier, okay? So, the abracadabra talisman looks like this. Does this not look familiar to you guys? Does that not look similar to something I just showed you earlier? Does it not look like this? Are we all seeing the same thing? Because that right there is my entire point. I think that people seem to misunderstand that these artists know exactly what they are doing. And they often do it on purpose. They understand. They understand. The entire point of creating a spell or creating an opportunity for your audience to listen in on anything like this is because you want them to hear it. You want them to experience it. You want them to be part of it. Every person that listened to this song was part of the spell. Every time you listen to this song, you are energizing the spell. And a lot of you don't seem to understand that. Lady Gaga knows what she's doing, and so does every other artist that you think doesn't know what they're doing. Okay? When I say Lady Gaga is a witch, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a hater or I'm hating on her music or nothing like that. No, I'm in the song. She is literally casting a spell. Like, I'm not, it's not, at no point is it an exaggeration, because in the lyrics, she implores you to cast a spell tonight, to do it under the full moonlight. Like, did we not see her talk about magic? She literally said it. So when I'm having these conversations with people, and I am always, especially within the context of song theory, there are so many artists. Lil Nas X, we remember that scenario, right? Everyone thought, oh, he's just dressing up like the devil. Nothing wrong with that. That's totally normal, right? We saw him use a stripper pole down to hell and lap dance on Satan, on Satan's lap. Totally cool. Not a big deal, right? He made shoes. The shoes literally had Satan and pentagrams all over it. That's cool. Not a big deal. At some point, you guys have to realize the art and the artist are the same person. Okay? Lady Gaga is making a statement, just like every other artist that creates in this way. They're making a statement, guys. And that's all I want my audience to understand. If you're not a conspiracy theorist, or you're not looking deeply into stuff, you'll always say that. Oh, that's not that deep. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, hey, man. Yeah, you're tripping, dude. Oh, no. Okay. Let's say I'm tripping. Let's say I'm crazy. But did you read the lyrics like I read the lyrics? Where she is inciting you to listen and to cast a spell and use magic? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Lady Gaga in this entire music video is quite clearly using her music to elicit this message. Now, earlier we talked about how the talisman in the 2nd century was used by some Roman dude who, again, sounded like he was trying to use it as as a healing spell or something like that. And I want to be clear about something, okay? Witchcraft is not always used for evil. I just want to be clear about that. Okay? You have black magic and you have white magic. There are songs and spells and incantations that are used for good, that are used for healing the body, that are used for healing ailments, that are used for all types of stuff. Okay? Ask a voodoo priestess. Ask anybody who is familiar with magic or the occult. There's plenty of things that you can do that are said to benefit or be benevolent to the person who's casting the spell, okay? It does happen. So even if you say, well, abracadabra in the 2nd century was used by a man who was trying to elicit a cure for some type of sickness. So, you know, maybe Lady Gaga was trying to heal us through the song. Dude, whatever. It's still magic. Hello. Yeah, like, it's still magic. So all I'm here to tell you is that song is magic. The lyrics are an incantation. Her wardrobe, what she's wearing in the music video, is part of the entire ritual. This whole music video is a massive ritual. Okay? And before you get started, yes, dancing can be used in for ritualistic purposes. In fact, most cultures, with regards to witchcraft or whatever religious beliefs they have, are often associated with both dance and music. Yes, dances can be used to elicit a spell or an incantation. Yes, music and lyrics can be used to elicit a spell or an incantation. Okay? Lady Gaga is doing that in this song. Okay? And as long as you guys understand that, that's what matters most. To me, anyway. That's what matters most. So, you tell me in the comments, are there any other songs you can think? I have a million songs I can go through. A million artists who use magic and use the magical spell method in these songs to elicit a certain reaction. You put your statement of intent in the lyrics, and you are allowing people who are listening to your lyrics and singing them to energize the spell. You guys ever heard of manifestation? It's no different. You are helping the artist manifest their intent. Every time you sing a song, it's right there in the lyrics. If you don't believe me, again, it's right there in front of you. It's that simple.